let's talk about Doctor Doom. There's a lot of theories, a lot of leaks that are saying Doctor Doom is coming to Marvel Rivals soon. I do not want Doctor Doom in Marvel Rivals. Hear me out, because I want Doctor Doom as a playable character, but I don't want him as a playable character. It's weird. I think, from a story and character setting, having Doctor Doom in this game is really good. Is really bad. Sorry, got my points mixed up. It's really bad because Doctor Doom is a character that competes on the multiversal level, especially in the Rivals universe. In the Rivals universe, he is actively fighting another multiversal variant of Doom, and they're having a multiversal war with each other. When you play the game, you are pawns in their multiversal war, brought in by Galactus to settle conflicts that are started by them, so that way they can get more Chronovium energy. Baseline. That's pretty much, like, if I wanted to explain the whole thing, that's pretty much it. Almost every storyline revolves around that, or has that outcome where he gets more of the Chronovium energy, right? My problem is, if we put Doctor Doom on the same level as the ants competing in the multiversal war, that's just character assassination. It's weird for the lore of the game, it's weird for the game in and of itself. But I want to play as him, right? Not adding him at all, ever, because he's your big bad, is a bad thing to do. Like, so what do you do with it, right? You're in this middle ground where you can't really have him in the game, but you can't really afford not to have him in the game. Be quiet, my child. I know you're upset, but Daddy has the answer, okay? You ever heard of Doombot? Doombot is Doom, but not as powerful, and a robot. But Doombot always refers to himself, and every Doombot always refers to themselves as Doom, which means you can have every Doom skin, every Doom interaction, Doom-like powers without making him super omega strong, without messing up the story, because Rivals has a good story. If you like reading Marvel stories, read the lore in-game. It's genuinely good. Like, it's genuinely really good. Because I want to see some of those stories in other media, so if we read it and we have things about it, maybe we'll get, like, adaptations of that. And we have one right now. Queen in Black had just been coming out in the comics for a while. But anyways, you can have your... So let's start with the kid. He can have Doom's kid. He's not as powerful as Doom. Doombots are not as powerful as Doom, and they're not as durable. Makes sense, because why would Doom, who is durable... Doom himself is not losing to the dinosaur. Especially when the dinosaur doesn't have Moon Girl for the intelligence. It's not happening. It's never happening. He's not losing to Thor. At least not, like, base character-wise. He's not losing to them, right? And that's my point. Like, but Doombot would. Doombot can. And I think that's fine if Doombot does. But he can play like Doom would, and he can do what Doom would do. Now, but it won't feel like I'm playing Doom. You only label him as Doombot on character select. Like when it says, request to ban Deadpool, request to ban Doombot, because he'll refer to himself as Doom. Everybody in the community will just call him Doom anyways, and all the voice lines, he'll be talking as if he's Doom, because that's what they do, that's what they're programmed to do. They refer to themselves as Doom unless Doom is there. So you just do that. And then you can have different versions of Doombots for different versions of Doom. Doombot 2099, Doombot normal, Doombot, Savage Land, or whatever you want to do, medieval Doombot. Whatever you want to do with it, because it's just a Doom, it's a Doom's Doombot from that time, or from that era, from that multiverse, right? I think that works, and I think that's really cool. And then, on top of that, you can have a few little cheeky interactions, like maybe with Ultron and Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic has a kill line when he kills him, or just a voice line in the spawn where he recognizes it's a Doombot. And that's a cool, cheeky little interaction you can have to, like, have your cake and eat it too. I love eating cake. Now, I don't think a lot of people are going to agree with me, but I think it's a good idea. Like, a few cheeky interactions, maybe go no more than, like, with the amount of characters in this game and the amount of interactions in this game, go no more than 20 interactions that reference him as a Doombot. The rest of them reference him as Doom, because Doombots do talk about themselves as if they are Doom. And then he just does what Doom does without the problem of ruining the story of the game from, because I think power scaling is stupid. I think power scaling is stupid because it all depends on the story that's being told and who tells the story. But the fact of the matter is, this story is still being told. It's not like, oh, we're in a different run, so Doom's weaker now. It's the same story. Like, if you took Rivals Doom and compared him to mainline Fantastic Four comic books, right? Power scaling between those two things is stupid. It's just dumb. It's stupid. And different scenarios is stupid. But if you're taking the same character and you're putting him in the game, when he's also he's let's say he's A tier in power, but Doctor Doom is SSS plus because he's commanding this whole multiversal war that's going on right now for the setup of this game. But he's both at the same time. That's when I can go, okay, well, that's dumb. It's not even like different scenarios, different circumstances. I just think it's dumb. I don't think it really works that well. I don't think they should add Doom. I think they should have Doombot. Because it has their cake, they eat it too. The community will just refer to him as Doom. I guarantee you, if it is just Doombot sent by Doom to fight, nobody will complain. If they just make him refer to himself as Doom, as Doombots do, and fight like Doom, as Doombots do. I'm probably the only one who's like, hey man, I think having the main villain of the game, like the main villain, like having Kingpin, fine. Kingpin from a different multiverse. Because Kingpin doesn't fight on the multiversal scale. He's not actively fighting on the multiversal scale within the story of this game. So I think it's fine. You can have Kingpin on the Kingpin map because it's from a different multiverse. That's the whole premise of the game. It's from a different universe, different timeline. I just don't think you can make the same argument with Doom. But, if you do the Doombot, no one's going to be mad, most likely, and you have your cake, and you eat it too. I'm probably the only one who's concerned about that, who doesn't like that. I might be the only one who reads this story. But it'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool.